going on, YouTubes? I know it's been a day or two, maybe a couple weeks, who knows. Today we got the infamous car trailer that gets used for everything around here. Personal use, friends use it, everybody uses it. Sorry, it's like negative 10 degrees out right now. It's not a great day. As you can see, zoom out a little bit, this fender's, well, she's had it. So we're gonna cut her off. We're gonna see how everything looks, see how easy it'll be to build drive overs, and then I might start thinking about going full width deck. So instead of running rub rails, basically it'll just angle out at a good like 45 and go straight back out onto the deck, and that'll be a little more useful for all the hell we put it through. Also sold the front box, got a bigger box for it. I was throwing my hand up in the camera. That box needs a new latch, which I have, that I lost. So this bracket here is going to get chopped off, and this fender. That fender's coming soon, then we'll move the tire carrier. But once I get that all off, I'm actually going to hard mount a battery in the trailer. Then by cutting this winch plate off and actually hard mounting a 12K winch to it. Then we'll put new pods on it because that one's gone. But I'll get back to you once I get this damn thing cut off, and we'll go from there. Alright, y'all, so it is the next day. I didn't film it, I just got this new latch riveted on. Make sure I don't throw the damn box around. It all closes happy. The old toolbox mount is cut off. I need to do some grinding on it, but I don't care that much today. And then also this fender's cut off. Now I was thinking about maybe lifting the deck up or flipping the axles so the deck was a little bit higher, and I still might, just for a little bit of extra clearance there at the tail and everything. But as for drive overs, I don't think it'll be terrible to do it even the way that it is now, because I'll probably come 2 inches off. I mean, that still only puts the fender this high. I mean, that's maybe 8 inches off the trailer. And then once we get that done, I think I'm going to do, well, I know I'm going to do, I'm going to recess the lighting somewhere else, do completely different lights, get rid of the ramps, do all this junk, get everything out of my way. And I think that fender's coming off today. I think the spare tire is too, just get that all done. Then I'll probably go in and I'll get a piece of strap to weld from one side to the other up here, front and back. A little extra support on the bottom of the box. I know that box is way sturdier than that cheap ass Harbor Freight one that was on here, but I think this is going in the right direction regardless. So this is the progress. I think we're going to try to smoke this one off today and see what kind of mischief we can get into. And then I think we're going to do, well, I know I talked about it already in the video once. I think we are going to angle out 6 inches here at the front, and then run down to the fenders, maybe put some camera on it for you. I think we're just going to do a full width deck, get a piece of like even 1/8 inch plate, just something to weld onto it or set it on, because it'll have little little kickers back. So that's one option. Or we just build rub rails, because that's already going to give you another place on the deck. So rub rails, and then a little bit in front of where the wheel well will be, or the fender. Let me see where I can't see my phone. In front of there, maybe a foot or two, then kick the deck out and go. And maybe just have the full width in the back, or just angle front and back. And then I've also found some 6K axles for it for $2,000 for the full kit. So that's kind of what we're looking at. It's either give you guys content or throw another stock fender on here, get this trailer sold, and we buy a 14K. I found the one that I want, but it's 10 grand, so just gonna wing it with this trailer and see what we can come up with. Then I'll probably buy a gooseneck for hauling anything bigger than the Jeep, or feed whatever I put on this one. So don't forget about the 72. We'll get some exhaust put on that thing, hopefully like super soon. But everything's kind of waiting on the shop to get done. That being said, jump into cutting off that fender. Regardless, even if I keep or sell the trailer, I think I'm just gonna build drive-overs for it, because that fender's garbage anyway. So we'll get back to you whenever we're making better progress and I get my welder back out and start burning metal. Okay, y'all, back to it. Once again, another day. Some 3/16 by 1.5 inch strap. We're gonna grind off all the old garbage there, weld a couple straps across it. Thought about building a basket for this one too, but I think I'm gonna do it universally this time, instead of trying to mess with, if I change the box again or break the box, blah blah blah, having to deal with cutting it out again and all this other stuff. So I'm just gonna do it this way. I'm thinking before we mount the box, I might reinforce this guy. I mean, I just pulled a blazer on. It's crude, but kind of get the job done. I'll take it. Anywho, it's kind of where we're looking at today. And then I might chop off that fender and pull the spare tire mount and get ready to build a full width deck. I've decided that is going to be the route that we go. Full width, bigger axles. Before we do anything, because I'll probably widen the deck before I do anything else, like axles and stuff. I'll probably pull off the wheels and tires, put it on jack stands, pull the axles out, flip them, put them on that way, and then it'll be a little bit taller, so it'll probably sit, my guess would be like 2 inches taller, and now the ramps are already like way too steep, so I don't really care about all that. If I go full width, I'm gonna end up doing just a piece of pipe or round stock along the back, and then do probably foot or wider, maybe even like 18-inch drop downs that have the ability to slide a little bit. So it'll end up being one piece of straight stock with a bunch of gussets throughout, and then the gusset slide stops for the width, because I'll be able to pull the ramps out all the way and then slide them in close, because I have a little skid steer too, so I wanted to be able to kind of do all that. And I think making them wide and being able to do that is going to be the best bet. And then they'll probably stow wide, because then I can just do your regular like steel strap, probably about that length that I have over there, up to the ramp to hold it up straight up. So, and then probably, like I said, either 5,200 pound or 6K axles. 6Ks are like an extra $200 for an extra 1,600 pounds. Probably do that, and then probably won't strengthen the deck until we get into the summertime. Probably won't be hauling anything heavy on it anyway between now and then. But with 12K, with 6K axles, I'll have a lot more versatility and a little bit more comfortability, because I towed a 3/4 ton Dodge with a hydro bed on it. I had 96 single cab, and it was heavy. It's putting like way too much weight on the trailer as is, so we'll probably end up going through, it's 16-inch off center right now, so I'll probably do like one and I might end up doing all of it and just doing another piece of angle under the deck. And this side of the deck isn't wide enough to see. This is gonna be a long video, and I apologize, but I'm trying to give you guys a little bit better content, kind of better context on what I'm doing. You look through, there's nothing here, or it's just the front of the trailer, so it's just rectangle stock. Piece here, then come down a little bit, there's a piece right there. So it's a pretty good gap. Run another one right down the middle. It'll strengthen it way more than it needs to be. And I probably even put my big skid steer up here at that point. That thing weighs 9,000 bare. So be a little heavy for this little bumper pull. Then we'll probably end up gusseting the bejesus out of the tongue here, and then eventually I'll end up putting a 2 5/16 ball on the front of it. This is kind of overkill for a car trailer to go to an equipment trailer, but it's content for y'all. So let me get this stuff underway. I'll get back to you. Here it is, y'all. Sorry about the wind if it's annoying you. If you can hear it, I have no idea, but this is how it's gonna sit until I start gathering materials and whatnot, which will probably be this week. Start getting stuff set aside. We got a bunch of angle iron. I'm just gonna weld probably 12-inch chunks of angle down the sides, clear to the end, get that fender cut off, and then we'll figure out the flipping. So the full length, the full width deck part, it's not gonna be like ungodly strong. It's gonna be more like, because like my Jeep on Super Duty axles, the tires will probably stick right on the edge. So it'll just basically clean up the overhang, kind of pick up on some safety. I'm sure we can make her stout. I'm sure I will. Do the best I can at least. Then I saw somebody who mounted their spare tire underneath with an old crank off the pickup. So we'll see about that. I think that'd be a pretty cool video to do and something to go over. I'm sure we can figure that one out. But for now, this is how it's gonna sit. I can get stuff done, keep using it. Many toolbox mounted. It's probably been sitting for over a month without a toolbox on it. Oh no, probably 2 months. But it's way happier. I didn't film the framework. It's just the same kind of idea, is just 2 straights and then a couple crosses in the middle. Just a little bit of rigidity. It's not like it's gonna go anywhere, especially with 200 pounds of chains and binders and shit in it. But sorry I've been kind of slacking on the videos. Sorry this one's kind of been all over the place. Filmed over 4 different days, but it's kind of what we got going on right now. I'm trying to get the shop figured out so I can get an exhaust put on that thing and start ripping it around, find some wheels and tires for it, get her all snorty. And then I have a 79 Ford over there there's a Jeep. That's content's gonna start for that very, very soon again. I'm gonna change the 4-link in the back to single triangulated 4-link, so it'll be easier for me to do all kinds of stuff underneath of it, because I don't want to take up all that real estate I need for the dual triangulation. That 79 Ford has a Dana 60 front, disc brake, and a power steering box that will all work on this. So we're going to tear into this, pull the axle, rebuild, probably with all the Yukon parts and the other one. Get it stabbed underneath here. Then I'm going to get Super Duty axles for the 79. That'll be like a whole other build, and that's going to be a hot minute before we get there. But this is where we're at. Trailer's getting there. Gonna start looking for a gooseneck for the bigger stuff. Feed pickup got a fan clutch yesterday. Then the old 7.3 got an IPR in this and an ICP. It's running way, way, way smoother. Now I just gotta get some new love for it. Mirrors are working awesome. It's gonna get radiator, intercooler, cold air, and then some injector cups and O-rings to see if we can clean up some of the smoke, the blue coolant oil smoke. If not, we'll look into injectors. So switch back more time in this one. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I appreciate y'all watching. I'm gonna keep trying to pump out content more and more as we go. I'm doing my best to get there. It's not going awesome. You know, staying super busy, working and everything else I've been up to, but hopefully you guys enjoy it. Make sure you subscribe. All the subscriptions help. And then if you want to keep... Let me figure that one out again. Soon, we're going to get back into the real projects of this channel. Still got coilovers for the F-150. Like I keep repeating myself, but it is how it is. I am going to get a fuel cell ordered for the Jeep here pretty quick so we can get that thing moved. And then we'll keep on the 4-link video and then try to get this damn 72 going so we can go bounce it across the pasture and see how it rides. So thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you go to Patreon if you want to help me support the channel. Oh, there's other stuff. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how you guys think of the videos. Let me know if you think of any ideas for the trailer. Remember, right now, full width deck, drive over, 6K axles. So, it's just going to be for content, or I'd sell it and buy a 14K like I should. But let me know what you guys want to see. Any ideas you come up with, drop in the comments. Thank you guys for coming back. And thank you. We're about to hit 100 subscribers. So, appreciate everything you guys do for me. Thanks for tuning back into Legendary Fab.